stop fucking around and do the game, for God's sakes. My name is Ulf Andersson. I am the creative director for Den of Wolves, and I make shit. I'm here today to explain how the trailer was made and why, and sort of how it works, and try to explain how it breaks down from a storytelling point of view. Den of Wolves is a cooperative FPS game. It has large heist elements, of course, because I'm part of this. And it also includes a lot of like mindfuckery in the way of sci-fi thriller-esque storytelling.
Mr. Bowman, your reservation at Manon Afis is in...
Cancel the reservation. Reset the procedure.
So the first 10 seconds of the trailer basically introduces the character Mr. Bowman. And well, his full name is disclosed, I think, in the trailer somewhere, but let's not go into that. Interrogating a prisoner, and also having sort of a light discussion with his companion AI that's trying to like help him to make humanitarian decisions, but completely fails.
Standing by.
Eject. I'm Mr. Bowman.
So Mr. Bowman is trying to... This whole thing is about going through a person's memory. So he's using some tech to basically sift through his mind and try to see what the prisoner has been going through the last days, basically, and or the weeks, and try to figure out who's been planning the whole thing and who's been executing this, some sort of heist or criminal activity. So he's basically interrogating him by moving through his brain, and then trying to like apply some pressure to certain memories to trigger other memories, and then sort of unravel what has happened, basically.
Look where you hoping to find in the Nexus Sentinels, you mother... There's no use in fighting. I will get what I want.
Yeah, so this process is very painful, and that's also why the AI is sort of saying like, stop. You can't continue because the prisoner might die. So it's a very painful process. He's urgently going through his mind, basically trying to find some sort of evidence of what the prisoner has been up to, or the criminal, or whatever we call him. I think it's part of what Bowman does. He does interrogations. He's some sort of corporate leader that's trying to basically figure out what he's up against and why they're doing it. But he's also a bit confused, which becomes clear as the trailer progresses as to why. He's sort of in this situation and he's trying to figure out why the prisoner is there, basically.
So that's how you found out about our Akajima vault. What were you looking for?
A key.
A key to what?
Yeah, so the memories are actual gameplay footage from the game, but also it's a mix between that and shots of somebody in like a greenish tank setup. And at this point in the trailer, we don't know why, basically. But it's like the memories are flooding over Bowman, extracted from the prisoner, basically. So every time he gets into these sort of pain, these excruciating pain sequences, he basically extracts this information and we take part in that, basically.
Mr. Bowman, it's who? You see, just like me.
So at this point, everything flips, right? So suddenly, if you look at the actual background, there's multiple people in the scene now. We can see that there's corpses, there's blood. You can tell by the sound that there's like shattered glass on the floor. The prisoner suddenly has a mask. He's not restrained anymore. And once we actually get the man in the tank, at this point, if you've been paying attention, you should be understanding that this is actually Bowman. Bowman is in the tank, and he has been all along. And it's actually Bowman that has been interrogated in a way. So the prisoner has basically been trying to think about things that makes Bowman think about a certain key, so they can extract the key from his mind, basically. So it's a very, what do you say, enthusiastic sci-fi thriller moment from our point of view. We love this kind of thing where it's like, yeah, it gets quite complex, but we also think that it's so much fun to do, and to tell that kind of story is great.
In the den of wolves.
Ending on the mask is something that is important, of course, and the masks. I think I gravitate towards like Payday 1, Payday 2, GTFO. I ended up doing a lot of masks, and it's the same in Dawn of Wolves. There's going to be it's sort of my thing in a way, but the reasoning behind it is because I think hiding your identity is a very sort of living out a certain thing. It's sort of an icon for escapism in a way, and there's a lot of elements to them, but in general they're about escapism, but also about taking control or breaking rules and this kind of thing. And thematically also it's nice to hide your identity. There's a lot of reasons, and style-wise, of course, super hard to find what is the iconic mask for Dawn of Wolves, because every time you need to invent something new, it sort of becomes the icon for the game in a way. And so that's a long process to do. But I tend to always end up in that semi-kinky space. I think the reason why we make these, or we make a trailer it's more for us than for the fan base. It's extremely important for them too, but it's so important to basically nail a bunch of things and promise, at least for ourselves, to say, oh, this is what it's gonna be. We don't try to do a trailer to sort of hype, really. I mean, it helps. It really helps marketing, of course, but like, it's more to lock it in and say, like, stop fucking around and do the game, for God's sakes. So when you're coming out of like a pre-production phase, it's a really nice sort of goalpost to say, this is where we ended up. So that's why I enjoy making it, basically, or think it's super valuable to make it. I don't really enjoy making them, but it's super valuable to make, I'd say.